Hello from gardening at Dwensa here in Ireland, and I'm busy sorting out the greenhouse for winter. I have a few plants in here, but there'll be lots more to come. And I thought I'd make this video because I notice I'm nearly at the 4,000 subscriber mark on YouTube, which is really exciting, and it's all down to you. So this video is to talk about my giveaway. It's to show some comments that I received that I thought were particularly nice. And also I want to talk about the upcoming videos. And first up, I want to talk about two comments I received on my videos recently that really touched me. Something about what the people said really touched my heart, and I just want to read those two to you now. And the first comment was from Elsa Lino. I don't know where she is, but the email came in to me in English, so the English speaking world. And Elsa said, "When I'm a bit anxious or miss home, I watch your videos. Your voice and your positive attitude bring calm and happiness in my life. Even my cat loves you." So we're showing my cat today in this video. I'm learning so much from you on plants and gardening. Thank you so much. And that's just lovely, Elsa. And, really, I think plants bring such a positive attitude in our lives, if you want them to, that, it's just wonderful to be able to share that. And thank you. Thank you so much. Pussy, 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 pussy. And the second comment I wanted to read you all was by Roxana Pioru. I'm not sure anyway. She seems to be in Romania. And Roxana said, "I really love your videos, and especially the ones about your big cattleyas in bloom. I have a really difficult and stressing job, and after a hard working day, I really don't want to see anything sad. So I no longer watch TV. Instead, I look at your gorgeous plants." And I do understand that because, we've all, or most of us have been in situations where we've had very stressful jobs. And the last thing you need is for your hobby to provide additional stress. So I do try to make my videos positive. And that's what I get from plants too. I find them very positive forces for my well-being. And if that's being portrayed in some way in the videos, well, that's just wonderful. I also want to say that these two people aren't the only ones who've made my life that much brighter by their fantastic comments on the videos. And I want to thank you all, each and every one who's said that little word down below that's really brightened my day, and for watching the videos and subscribing and supporting me in all the ways that you've done. Thank you so much. I've met a lot of really knowledgeable and thoughtful people in my journey on YouTube, and yeah, that's been wonderful and quite surprising, but there you go. Anyway, because I'm near to 4,000 subscribers, I was thinking I should do a giveaway. But instead what I've decided to do is to just send a copy of my book to both Elsa and Roxana. And that's this one here, Journal of an Irish Garden. And hopefully they don't have it and will enjoy reading it, because this is my life's work, let's just say. This book was written over the 8 years that I started as a gardening novice and became what I am today. And when I started out in the beginning, I certainly knew nothing about plants or gardening, and it's a funny journey, let's just say. And just to open it, the book is illustrated by drawings done by my daughter. And the one you see there is me falling into a pit. This is when I made my hardy orchid bed, and it was made by excavating a lot of earth. And of course, every good gardening story has to have an element of comedy. And yes, the slates at the side cracked and in I fell. And yeah, it was hilarious. It wasn't at the time at all. It wasn't hilarious at all. It was a big mess, but in retrospect, of course, it was. So, okay, please contact me, Roxana and Ilsa, and I'll see if I can find your comments again and contact you myself. But there'll be a copy of my book on its way to you. And for anybody else who'd like to buy it, who hasn't done so already, and thank you so much for everyone who's bought it. Your support is enormously appreciated. But for everybody else, the book is available to buy on lulu.com. and the information about it is in the details of this video. It's shipped worldwide from locally to you. So if you're in the States, it'll be shipped to you from the States, so you'll get it super quick. And it's not expensive as well. It's $10.50 or €9 if you're in the Eurozone. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you'll buy it and support me even further. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was my upcoming videos. And as you probably know, I do have a thread on the channel which deals with garden tours and nursery visits. And when I'm on my summer holidays, and I was in France this year, I took a number of videos which I'm waiting to compile and publish at some stage. So I thought I'd ask you which of these videos you'd like to see next. In the past, what I've done is kept the best for last, and that didn't really work well because last year in France, I visited the fantastic garden of Vendry, and I kept that video for last. And I think people were kind of worn out by the time it came along, and I certainly got fewer views on that than I really should have, because it really was the best video. So I thought this year I'm going to ask you what you'd like to see most first. And all of these videos will be published gradually over the winter months, maybe one a week or one every 2 weeks. But, well, just let me know which ones you fancy best first. So, what do we have? Exciting. And the first video I could make is about a French garden called Kestellie. And it's an exotic garden with lots of fantastic planting, planted on a slope, and with excellent drainage, and with lots of things down in the valley like tree ferns and all that wonderful kind of exotic things. Now, if you'd like to see this video first, then I'm going to put a little poll in here, so do vote to see this garden next. And before we go any further, I'm just going to show you one photograph now that kind of epitomizes Kestellie as far as I'm concerned, and help make up your mind. The second video I could upload next for you is one of another French garden, but this one is called Kerdalo. And this French garden was on my must-see list for a very long time before I finally got to it this summer. It was created by a Polish prince, no less, and there are some really mature specimen trees in the garden, not to mention a very tastefully laid out design. And now I'm going to put up a little picture of what epitomized this garden to me, so you can decide if this is the one you want to vote for next. Third of all, when I was in France, I visited 3 small French nurseries. Now, I'm not talking about garden centres here, I'm talking about proper nurseries. I don't think they'll warrant individual videos, but I could make a video about all 3 of them. I bought a lot of very nice plants from one of them, and one of these nurseries I visited was the famous Barnhaven, who are known worldwide for their primroses. So if you'd like to see a video about these 3 nurseries next, and the pictures coming up, then please do vote for it. And the final French thing I could show you next is a video of a trip to the garden centre known as Truffaut in the north of France. This is the garden centre I visited last year. I went back again this year. So if you'd like to see a video from there again, then please do vote for that. And here's a little picture of the Truffaut I visited coming up. In July of this year, I went to visit Heywood Gardens in County Laois in Ireland. And what's fantastic about this garden is that it's pretty much a museum piece. Now that sounds stagnant and not very interesting, but it was. And this garden was built by the architect Lutyens and the very famous Gertrude Jekyll at the beginning of the 1900s. And Lutyens was an architect, so he designed the hard landscaping of the garden, and of course Gertrude Jekyll, the mother of the modern herbaceous border, was responsible for the planting and the layout of the garden. So if you want to see that video, then and here's a photo of it, then vote for that. And finally, the last of the garden visits that I have in store for you is the September visit to the Dillon garden in Dublin. And as you know, the garden run by Helen Dillon closed this year. But on the very last day that it was open, I went along to visit and see it for the very last time. Now, I must tell you that it was absolutely crowded on that particular day, and the scenes there were very reminiscent of the fall of Saigon, not a garden visit. So I didn't actually make a video of the garden, but just a video about the garden. So if you want to see that one next, and here's a photo to epitomise it, then do vote for it. And that brings me to the end of the video. I just want to thank you all again for your enormous support over the almost 2 years now that my channel has been in operation. And let's hope it will continue for many more. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your wonderful, innumerable, fantastic comments. And, well, that's all for now. Bye now.